Hello, bruvs. Back with some more thrifts, not thrift store, but estate sale finds, as if I didn't already have enough stuff to handle here. But I went to this estate sale today and paid $5 for this pile of goodies. This was the address, just so I recall. That's why I always grab an envelope or two, not to mention that it's nice to have some paper from any estate sale. But Westland is the old Nankin Township, so I always pick up that stuff. This is Detroit, obviously, 1961. That was 83. But we got some good stuff on top of the books that we picked up. Well, I picked up because I'm a champ. Sherry Avenue. That's spelled wrong on there, but 1965 B&K Electronics, Garden City, Michigan. Does it say 65? It does, but were there zip codes in 65? Well, it does say GA25673, so there must have been. Does that say phono arm? Repair phono arm. $3. This was a big country station in Detroit back in the day. I think that's where Howard Stern was on. W4. Back when he was in Detroit. Let's get this out of here. You don't need to come to my house for goodies. Obviously, it's Miss Piggy as a witch. Here's this 1982 Jim Henson Muppet Caper card. I deliver. Happy Halloween. We got some photos from Tiger Stadium. Couldn't resist picking up a photo of a guy named Bob for obvious reasons. Champion. Looks like a hot dog vendor or a... maybe that's an outfit for a... No. I'm going to guess that's either a hot dog or drink vendor. Just because I don't think the ushers... I think the ushers wore jackets. This looks like a band playing at Tiger Stadium. Here's some scenery. Who is that? That was number 43. What's that? Say Walkenfuss? Johnny Walkenfuss? Doesn't look like Walkenfuss. Looks like a black dude. What does that say? I don't know. Who were the Tigers playing this day? What's that say? Detroit versus who? Can't read it. But this was the best place in the Tiger Stadium to sit. Right up here in the bleachers. Unlike new stadiums. Hey, Bubba. What's up? I got some old Tiger Stadium photos I found in the estate sale today. Nice pictures of the back of people's heads. Couldn't have stood up and took those pictures. What are you doing? But yeah, the best part about Tiger Stadium is you could see no parts of the city. Although if you went up here to this section in the center field bleachers, you could see through like a little grating some of the freeway. I think it was I-75. What's this, bruv? Got some pictures. I can't see who they are. Obviously in the bullpen area. Alright, that's the end of the Tiger pictures. Undercover wear lingerie party. February 28th, 7:30. What year was this? Well, looks like it's got a postage stamp or a mark. 1984, Cindy Hade, Sherry Street in Westland, which is where I got this from. Who's that? Crazy Horse? Royal Oak, Michigan, 1984. What does this say? Something weak. Undercover wear lingerie party. Latest fashions and intimate apparel will be there. So should you. Benny's Pizza and Restaurant. Hey, wait, is this right on Joy and Merriman? I've been there before, I think. Yes. Because one of my buddies dated the strippers. Maybe it was the stripper's sister. And they lived literally right on the house off of, what is that? West Chicago? Is that West Chicago? No, it's Joy Road. The house right off Joy Road next to this plaza. We cater to retirement parties, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if that pizza place is still there. No, it was there about 5-10 years ago. I haven't looked recently. Michael Hurd, Midas, Plymouth Road, Livonia, Michigan. Not that I really care about Midas, but whatever. Then there's a Schoolcraft College. Looks like a schedule for classes from 1976 is the year of graduation. Cynthia K. Hade. What was she taking? Principles of Accounting. Then we have some Oasis Bucks, which Oasis was, I think, a 9-hole golf. No, it says 18-hole par 3. They had a miniature golf, putting greens, hole-in-one contest, pro golf lessons. This lady obviously went a lot to get this many bucks. I used to play here. I used to golf here in my younger days. We used to ride our bikes up there. Rent a golf club or a golf bag full of clubs. Hell yeah. I think they still have the driving range, but I think it became a par 9 course. Or 8-9 hole course, and then not par 9. Anyway, I have a bunch of bucks from there. Cindy Hade and Cindy Hade. 1982, 1982. Rocky Mountain Country. I think there's a letter in here. Let's see what it says. Hi, Cindy. How have you been? I was really looking forward to seeing you this summer, but Jimmy had some problems with his business, so we had to go back to Florida. We just flew back from Boston the day before Thanksgiving so that we could spend it with my father. He is going to spend the winter down here. I'm not sure where we will spend Christmas. I would kind of just like to stay home for a change. How's the family? Is everything going okay with you and Matt? My little niece, Mary, had a baby 4 weeks ago. She named her Jennifer. Jennifer Dawn. They're living, spelled they're wrong. They're living in Louisville. Is that Louisville, Texas? Louisville, Texas. That they're doing pretty well. I just thought I'd drop a line and say hi. Tell everyone I said hello. Drop me a line and let me know how everything is. Take care, Gigi. Thanks, Gigi, for dropping in. With how exciting that letter was, I don't know if I can contain myself from reading this one. Hi, dear Cindy. Finally got your letter. We moved and stayed at Jack and Chris's place for a week. Then we finally found our own house. So your letter was forwarded all over the place. So when the hell are you all coming out? We have an extra bedroom, and there are there's plenty of work. I love it out here. I couldn't even imagine going back to Michigan to live, especially with no work. We are both still working. I finally, how does that say? Am off probation at work and even got a raise. I even lost all my middle fat and I'm down to 97 pounds. I feel great. What the hell does that say? Andreas? What does that say? I don't know what that says. Something that's doing great. She's in seventh grade now and likes it fine. The weather's been really nice, but out here, except for last week, it was rainy and cool. But it's back up to 78 degrees and sunny now. It snowed up in the mountains, 10,000 feet and above, but it's nice here. We're going up to Dickers Canyon this weekend. It's supposed to be a real pretty canyon, and we haven't seen it yet. Tony says to Matt, get your ass out here. It only takes 24 hours, 60 miles per hour. Yeah, it only takes you a day to drive. Come on out. And a case of beer. He needs someone to play guitar with. Really, you guys should come out and at least look around. Glad you got Hobart Blowfart. At least someone got him good. What an asshole. Well, tell everyone I said hi if you see anyone. Here's the new address, 6970 something Drive, Reno Drive, Arvada, Colorado. No phone yet, but we're trying. Take care. Love, Eve. Life begins in Colorado. What's up, bruv? What do you got? Here is a bookmark from the Livonia Public Library's Carl Sandburg branch and the Alfred Noble. I believe both are now closed. Library hours 9 to 5 and 12 to 9. Summer closed Saturdays. Then we have a Frontier Town Gazette, which I believe is a Cedar Point newspaper from what year? Saw it was hanging on the wall. It was nailed to the wall, and I pulled the nails out and took this. What year is this? Doesn't say. Weather 99% chance of fun in the sun. Cedar Point Fun is a new twist. Indian Village, historic flights, blah, blah, blah. What a beach. What a beach. Cedar Point's famous upside down funhouse. To Newt Rockney's Space Spiral. Doesn't say what year this is. We invite you to visit the Gazette offices. The Gazette roving reporter has learned from Frontier Town Mayor Mark Train, in an exclusive interview of the Golden Palace Hotel, that the town council is planning a big expansion of Frontier Town that will be completed in 1969. So this is sometime in the late 60s. Wonder how many of these they published. Anyway, I have one. And then I got I got these two. Old pill bottles. See if I can't get them off. It's gonna be a two-hand operation there. Oh, that's right. You gotta twist the fucker. All right, let's see. This is for Shepherd Drugs, which was on Joy Road in Westland. 3, 4. I guess this was right next to that pizza place. GA 790-100. What's he taking? Robert Hade. 1976. Tylenol, that's all it was. Just took some fucking Tylenol, buddy. Can't beat old pill bottles. See what he was taking here. I got to open it to get it. I'm not going to open it. They're all basically the same. This one I might be able to read. Nope. No. Percodan. I wonder if that's based Percocet. Take as directed for severe pain. What's this one? Is that the one I already looked at? Oh, that's Percodone. Percodan. No, they were giving this shit out in 1976 too. Come on, focus. Focus, buddy. There you go. Almost. Yep. 1976. All right. And then we have these little sketch pads, apparently. Well, actually, I think they were notepads. I don't know what this means. Just a quickie. I know what it means. It's just a quick note. I mean, it kind of sounds like a weird thing to say with a cat on there. Why does the cat only have one fucking eye? Or is that a... is that, what are those called? Bifocal? Not a bifocal. What's that? A monocle? No, it kind of looks like the cat's missing an eye. Either way, it's a little notepad sheet of kittens. Just a quickie, which is, like I said, kind of weird. And then there's the, is that a monkey? Or is that a orangutan? Here, does this say? Printed. Wow! Back in the day, in the 70s, we could actually print up our own fucking paper. Now you got to go to some foreign country to fucking print it. Printed in the United States of America. April House Inc., 1975. Funny Business Notes. Is this the same company? Yes, it is. So you got the monkey and you got the cat. But I think that's a chimp. Could be wrong. Anyway, then there's these. I got these two little Dell purse books. As I've stated previously, I collect these. Don't care what the topic is. There's 10,000 topics. They used to sell these at grocery stores in this pocketbook form. They now sell these because I just happened to look one time at the grocery store recently, and they have these, but they're more in like this size, and they're like not the glossy covers. But guessing from the numbers on these, there's thousands of them. I'd probably say hundreds. I gotta have close to 50 or 60 of these books. A lot of them are fasting and dieting. But there's so many different ones. 5-day diets, etc., etc. Cool little books. Like I said before, I had one on witchcraft and I stupidly sold it. But I did sell it for 30 or 40 bucks. I could probably get it back. I think I sold it for 50. I think it had a white cat on it. It was brilliant, but I sold it. Just like I'm going to sell this book, Wendy Ward Charm Book, which I didn't know until I opened it up and looked inside it. That it was from the Montgomery Ward Incorporated company, the old department store. 1972. This book's probably worth 30 or 40 bucks, and I will sell it. Look at that fashion. God damn, that's fashion right there, buddy. That is a pretty cool chair, honestly. Look at that tape recorder. That's fucking brilliant. Nice phone. The sound of music. What the hell is she doing with her bra? Is that a wash? A little washing tub? Set aside a specific day each week for repairing, pressing, laundering, and generally caring for your clothes. Pretty sure we had wash machines in the 70s, so I'm not sure why she's hand washing it. Maybe it was a delicacy. All right, we're not going to look at even teen models here in bras, even if they are cartoons. Nice hair, though. The hell you get your hair to go like that? Junior Sophisticates. Anyway, hopefully somebody will buy my book. I guess she isn't a teen. She looks like she's about 30. Put on your prettiest face. Yeah, she looks about 25 as well. So maybe it's not for teens. Two girls who exemplify charm. Gail Joy left, a Wendy Ward graduate, now a professional model with the Ford Model Agency in New York, and Judy Nugent, below left, who is with the same agency. Both girls pose for a number of the photographs in this book. The Heart of Charm, the Total You. I guess it is just the charm book. It doesn't say for teens, but whatever. I'm going to sell this book. It's in pretty good shape. Montgomery Ward. The Day Kennedy Was Shot. I already have this book, but I don't have a copy with the dust jacket, so that's nice. It's a book club. Not worth a lot. Be nice if it was signed too, but it's not. Jim Bishop. What else? The Science of the Stars by A.J. Pierce. Looks like E.P. Stout. Copyright date's missing, but I know the original first edition was published in 1881. I'm going to guess this is late 1890s or 2000s or 1900s. It's basically just about astrology, but the weird part is they include earthquakes. Mundane astrology. The transits of the superior planets through the signs of the zodiac, the familiarity of the inhabited earth with the various signs of the zodiac was described by Ptolemy in his Tetrabiblos book 2, chapter 3. No alteration has been found necessary. Anyway, a cool old 100-plus-year-old book. What's this say? Love and, what's that say? Love and Wyman Limited, Printers, Great Queen Street, London, W.C. The spine is pretty much worn off it, so it's pretty much useless. It looks like it might have been a library book at one point. Still a cool little book for $1. And then the 17-Mile Horror by Dick Gessler, who was I think a telephone line repairman. He may still be alive. Dick Gessler was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. So what was this, 1981? He took a job as a meter reader for the Michigan Consolidated Gas Company, and after a few years, he was promoted to a job as a serviceman. His beat was the downtown area of Detroit, which encompassed the Skid Row section of town and the ghetto. Every night when he came home from work, he would have an interesting story to relate to his wife. One night, after telling her of a funny incident that happened to him that day, she told him, "You should write a book." This started him on his writing career. Mr. Gessler now resides in Plymouth, Michigan, and is employed as supposed to be an experimental parts inspector for the Ford Motor Company. One day, after picking up a copy of the Detroit News, he noticed the headline, "Teenagers Take Over Hines Park." The article went on to tell of teenagers frolicking in the nude in the many picnic and recreational sites in the park. Sex could be seen being performed out in the open. Drugs were dispensed freely. The local sheriff's department and the police were hard pressed to find a solution to the problem. Mr. Gessler decided that this would make a good background for a novel. Because of the unusual configuration of the large park, he decided to use this for the title of the novel. Thus, the 17-Mile Horror came about. Mr. Gessler has just completed his next novel and expects to have it out shortly. From what I can tell, Gessler I think it said he printed 1,000 copies of this. Where did it? Oh, that was in the newspaper article. He printed 1,000 copies, and it cost him, I don't know. They had to sell 600 to make it profitable, and then he started his own little company. He thought he was going to make movies and everything, but apparently it did not happen. The 17-Mile Horror part of it is Hines Park, which goes from Dearborn, Michigan to to the end in Northville, Michigan. It's a floodplain area, so that's why it's 17 miles was turned into a park. Anyway, I'm going to read this on this channel eventually, just because it's local. It is. Is it that Hines Park thing? His wife asked. Yeah, honey. I will have to find that news article too. Right, that's it. That's all, Brops. Expect to see this on this channel if you tune in. Look at that. That's some high quality art. Do I got the... No, I don't. That's just the damn light going on. Anyway, I looked for this guy's books. I couldn't find a single copy of any of his books, but I did find a couple articles about him in local newspapers. So I was hoping to find other books. As you can see, pages are falling out, but I will read this damn book, and I will find out if Mr. Gessler is still alive, and maybe I'll actually interview him or have him do a video on this book. First, I got to read it, though. That's all, bros. Never mind my stomach.